the last flight of Flight 191.
Delta Airlines Flight 191, into the storm. The late afternoon sky over Texas was heavy and unsettled, its dark clouds towering like mountains of smoke. Passengers aboard Delta Airlines Flight 191, a wide-bodied Lockheed L-1011 TriStar, settled into their seats as the aircraft descended toward Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Some were weary from the long day of travel, others looked forward to connecting flights west to Los Angeles, and many simply wanted to get home. In the cockpit, Captain Edward Connors, First Officer Rudolph Price, and Flight Engineer Nick Nasick prepared for landing. They were aware of storms in the area, but such weather was not unusual in Texas summers. The captain, with years of flying behind him, guided the aircraft on approach to runway 17L. At 6 p.m., the plane began threading its way toward the airport. Below, highways stretched across the landscape, dotted with cars whose drivers also watched the ominous clouds rolling in. The windshield of the cockpit was marred by rain. The crew kept their eyes on the instruments, talking calmly as the TriStar dropped through the haze. Suddenly, the aircraft jolted. The airspeed rose sharply as the L-1011 hit a strong headwind. For a moment, the plane surged upward, almost reassuring. But seconds later, the situation changed violently. A powerful downdraft of wind that no pilot could anticipate came from the tailwind, a microburst. Passengers in the cabin felt the shift. A brief lift was followed by a sinking sensation, like the floor had collapsed. Drink spilled. A child clutched her mother's arm. Nervous glances flicked between travelers as the engines roared to maximum power. "Push it up," Captain Connors commanded. The TriStar strained, its nose lifting against the invisible weight pressing it down. Alarms blared in the cockpit. The pilots fought the controls, knowing they had only seconds to recover. But the storm was merciless. The massive jet was pushed down by the downdraft. Just short of the runway, the aircraft clipped a car on Highway 114, killing the driver instantly. A heartbeat later, the left wing struck two water tanks near the airport. The impact was catastrophic. As the aircraft disintegrated across the field, flames engulfed the fuselage. Fire crews raced from the airport, battling intense heat and smoke. Of the 163 souls aboard, 137 lost their lives. 24 passengers and 2 crew members survived, pulled from the wreckage by rescuers who braved the fire. The screams of those they were unable to reach haunted some as they staggered off, injured but still alive. The tragedy of Flight 191 sent shockwaves through aviation. Investigators soon determined the culprit, a microburst-induced wind shear, a phenomenon not yet fully understood or detectable at the time. The disaster spurred urgent reforms, new radar systems, onboard wind shear detection, and intensive pilot training.